The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960 or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
It's now time for the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, YouTube, iTunes, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and the MikeWagnerShow.com. Mike brings you great guests and interesting people from all across the globe. So sit back, relax, and enjoy another great episode of the Mike Wagner Show.
Won't you check it out? This bird has flown. Won't you check it out? Won't you check it out? Woo. Won't you check it out? This bird has flown.
Excellent, excellent. And hey, everybody, it's Mike from the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, Apple, over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We just heard a great song from a band that was from L.A. by way of Portland, Oregon. And these two gentlemen are just putting on a great show. You know, especially talking about their album, Goodbye Old Pal. They also feature Train on the Island, Tennessee Mountain, Fox Chase, and Say Darling Say. And this wonderful duo just took it to a whole new level. Ladies and gentlemen, live from the Plush Studios on the West Coast, Joe Juice and Kenny Feinstein of Water Tower. Hey guys, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Thanks for joining us. And you guys did a great job to open up the show.
Thanks, Mike. Good morning.
Yay.
Hey. So tell us about the song that you just performed for us to kick off the show.
So that one is called Fromage, and that's actually the first track on our brand new record called Fly Around. And the one you were talking about before is Goodbye Old Pal. That was our first record we put out in 2008 as Water Tower String Band. Then we became the Water Tower Bucket Boys. We have since kicked the bucket. This is our first album as Water Tower since kicking the bucket.
And what's the name of your brand new album?
It's called Fly Around.
Fly Around. Okay, so how'd you come up with that name, Fly Around? Tell us more about it.
Well, there's actually a traditional fiddle tune that we love to play that has the same name called Fly Around. It has that same melody that we do on there. So we took it from a traditional fiddle tune, but we decided to put our own chords and into it and had our buddy Willie Watson go ahead and sing lead on it. I'm really excited for you to hear it because it's the first track on our new record, and that's why it's called Fly Around, because it was a traditional tune that we loved, and it symbolized the journey that the album takes as a trip around the world, a sort of crazy trip. You know, this album took us 7 years to complete.
Wow, amazing. That was well worth it. And also, we'll talk more about the song as well, too, and also play for as well, too. And before getting on that, tell us how you guys first got started.
Well, we first got started when we were in high school, and in Portland, Oregon. We used to play music for the people, after high school. We'd go to play music at the Water Tower. It was deep in the forest, and it was sort of the place where people would go to get away after school. And so we tried to provide some musical relief, because we lived right by this place in the woods, and we just always go there, play every day for the different kids, and that's how we started about 15, 16 years ago.
Wow. Now, was this out in Portland that you play at the Water Tower?
Yeah, this is in Portland, Oregon. Exactly, up north. Now we're in Los Angeles.
That's what I thought. And this is Kenny Feinstein we're speaking to, or is it Joe Juice?
Yeah, this is Kenny Feinstein. I had started the band back then, and Joe Juice started playing about 4 years ago. He's actually from Connecticut. He got back.
Oh, wow. Okay, and tell us how you first got started in music as well, Joe, from Connecticut.
I got into the square dance and fiddle kind of folk scene and stuff like that first, and that was what brought Kenny and I together originally. Is I'd kind of come to LA kind of on this musical vagrant's journey, and happened to bump into him by way of a couple connections through a fiddle festival.
Oh, wow.
And Yeah, and then we linked up and we started playing music on the street first, and it's all been history since then.
That's amazing. And you guys play fiddle in Los Angeles? That's almost like unheard of. That's like playing that's like playing, what was it, new wave or hip hop, or like the latest, very latest out in like North Carolina or something, or I mean, it's something different, and I think that's really fantastic as well. And what was that one moment that influenced you both into what you're doing as well, and playing the fiddle especially?
What do you think?
So go ahead, take your turns. Kenny, Joe, Kenny. It's like, take your turns.
Take this one.
Okay, I got this one first. This is Kenny here. So yeah, the thing that got me hooked on fiddle, it was similar to what Juice was talking about, is that there was these fiddlers. There's a big fiddle scene in Portland, Oregon, old-time square dance music. And I had moved to Portland, Oregon at the age of 16 I was living in Mexico City before that. Mm-hmm. I was into punk rock, and I was into electronic, all that all that stuff.
Can you do that with a fiddle?
Right, no, exactly. So I came to Portland, and I was going to be a DJ and a punk rocker, and I was already into all this stuff, but then somehow, my friend Josh who brought me to a square dance, who I knew from high school, and the first time I walked into a square dance, I saw the fiddler playing, and I walked up to the stage and sat on the stage for the whole 3-hour square dance. I didn't dance at all, and I was just transfixed by the sound of the fiddle and how it made 500 people dance around the room, so joyful. And from that moment on, I was completely entranced by old-time and fiddle music.
Wow, that is amazing. And who are some of your favorite fiddle players growing up?
Well, it was that fiddle player. His name was Sammy Lind. He's the fiddle player of a band who still tours called Foghorn String Band. They're supposed to be on tour right now, actually, I think in Australia and in UK, but everything was canceled. That's all right. They're going live on their page. But Foghorn String Band, that's probably my favorite fiddler, contemporary, but old school. I love Bill Monroe's mandolin playing. He talks of his uncle Pendleton Vandiver. And, I love Vassar Clements. I love all the classics. Mm-hmm. Stuff Smith. Yeah.
And then, Joe, how about your favorite fiddlers growing up, or favorite musicians?
Yeah, I guess like Kenny, too, we both kind of came to populated bands like as non-fiddlers first. And then at once upon a time, you see the fiddler up there, and he's the rock star. He's the lead guitarist, So eventually you work your way over to it for all kinds of reasons. But yeah, I guess as far as fiddlers go, I actually had a really good close group of local musicians I played with back home. Guys like Craig Edwards and Dan Thompson and Charlie Knowlton, they call him, or not Charlie Knowlton, I'm thinking of the guy, Charlie Chairbreaker, they call him, but really good local guys that, I was able to cut my teeth with, and who were just a really good rock hard scene over there. So it was good. Those are the dudes that are still dear to my heart.
and it sounds like it too. And what are your thoughts on Charlie Daniels?
Oh, it's fun. We, in all the years playing together, we finally had a little foray into playing Devil Went Down to Georgia for a wedding not too long ago. So, yeah, we like our Charlie Daniels, too. You can't get away from him if you play fiddle.
I love that question.
And of course, I'm sure the guests say, if you do come back, you son of a bitch, please come back again. Just like they sang the song.
Exactly.
Oh, I can hear Charlie Daniels right now saying, come on back, you son of a gun. I'm going to take you in. So,
come on back now, boy.
There you go. and then who are some of your other favorite artists and singers growing up? Kenny, I think we start with you, then jump on over to Joe.
Yeah, totally. And, I'm influenced by a lot of music. One more thing on the Charlie Daniels thing, this wedding we did, it's going to be on a TV show called Love Story on Netflix. It was supposed to be out on June 5th, actually, but because of COVID and everything, it's been pushed back. But there's a Netflix TV show. We're on episode 8. We're the wedding band, and we go ahead and you get to see us do Double More Down in Georgia and play 10 of our original tunes while these couple get married. We were the band for their wedding. It was really cool. So Love Story on Netflix. Should be out soon. But yes, growing up, I loved a band called Rancid a lot. Rancid, punk rock bands like Blink-182. I loved a lot of that. I loved a lot of hardcore gangster rap, Snoop Dogg, all that stuff. But I really love country music too.
Wow. Okay. And then Joe, how about you? Your other favorite artists and singers?
Yeah, I feel like I'm similarly in the category of anything but bluegrass growing up. I was a huge Michael Jackson fan when I was a kid, and I mean that was definitely later on in the vein of classic rock. Doors and Zeppelin were big for me, and but you know when I first started playing like fiddle music and square dance music, I got to be honest with you, I only played it and I never listened to it. I really didn't enjoy listening to it until the first time I went to a square dance and I danced at a square dance, and then it kind of made sense for me all of a sudden. So since then, it's that's kind of taken over my my ears.
Huh, that's rather interesting. I can imagine the hip hoppers doing some fiddle as well too. So rap fiddle, I could see something like that. So we'll talk
for sure.
Well, we'll talk about your latest album as well too, and also the song that you promise to play coming up. But first, listen to the Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look on a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today at 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at Facebook.com/The Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today and show your support for the Mike Wagner Show on Facebook and also on PayPal as well. We're here with Joe Juice and Kenny Feinstein of Water Tower here on the Mike Wagner Show. They're based in L.A. by way of Portland, Oregon, talking about their origins, how they got into fiddle music, creating their sound and everything else, which is really impressive. And let's talk about your latest release, Fly Around, and I do believe you've got something for us to play from the release.
Yes, totally. Newest release, Fly Around, man. Thanks for asking. It took us 7 years to create this. I feel like this album saved my life. I went through a lot to put it out. It was my North Star that guided me. And when I say it saved my life, I don't say that lightly because I went through a battle of crippling addiction for these last 7 years. And I finally, we never conquer it, but I've learned to live with it and how to, not use drugs and alcohol anymore to cope with my problems.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And also, Joe, just give us your input on Fly Around as well, too.
Yeah, so Fly Around, we've been we've been working with this and working to get this out, and have been playing it. I was originally hired on as a to play this for live sound for tours. So we put some tours in on this as a precursor to actually releasing the album, and it's been a treat. It's a treat to get to play good music because any musician knows you can play with bands that tour around and not play the best music too. So you gotta take everything, and it's great when you can get something that's awesome.
Mm-hmm. And also too on your website, watertowerband.com, you also got Tommy Drinkard as well too, and tell us all about him. And I would love to have him on the show as well too. So tell me about your one of your other vocalists and fiddle players, Tommy Drinkard.
Yes, Tommy, he was so bummed he couldn't be here. He also has a band called Tommy Drinkard and the Remedy, and he would have been here, but they had to do this particular live with their band. It was the only time they could all meet. So he sends his regards, and he really wants to meet you and hopes that we could do this again someday. And on the care package I'm sending you, there's a little signed thing from him.
Oh, definitely will, and love to have you guys back on. And when you three get together, or maybe like around, like say later in the year or something like that, and maybe send a little bit of whiskey, a little bit of Jack Daniels, or say some Mike's Lemonade or whatever, or something like that, or apple cider. Then we can have a show as well too. So we just have to get all together. There you go. And and plus, let's go ahead and you can pick one of the songs from Fly Around and play for us live on the Mike Wagner Show, and we'd love to hear what you guys got.
Awesome. Well, I was thinking you were going to go ahead and play one from the CD at some point, right?
Yes, it would be, and I'm trying to remember which one it is, and we can probably play that, later on in the show. And in the meantime,
cool. I just wanted to make sure that I don't do that. So if you're going to play one on the CD later, then I'll go ahead and do one that you're not going to play. because I figure if you play Fly Around, the actual title track, I'll go ahead and play one of the slower tracks. This one's called Town, and it's about leaving Portland, Oregon to come to Los Angeles, and really leaving any town to go to another town. We got a music video coming out for it any day now. I'll make sure to send that to you too, Mike.
Sounds great.
Participating in something you don't want to know. Before you got too old, now it's better than you or that weather. Reach back to the south and you belong. Oh yeah, I gotta get out of this town. You gotta get out of this town. We gotta get out of this town. Or it's too it's cold out, so warm. Let's reach back and get down to the sea. Come and rescue me from the water. It's not what I saw here. I'm gonna get myself out of the hole. Oh yeah, I gotta get out of this town. You gotta get out of this town. We gotta get out of this town. Why did everybody sing along? I gotta get out of this town. You gotta get out of this town. We gotta get out of this town.
That was excellent from Water Tower off of Fly Around here on the Mike Wagner Show. And tell us more about that song you just did. What was it? Oops. I'm having a brain fart. What was that song again?
Yeah, totally, man. That song is called Town. Yeah, and it's from Fly Around. And really it's just sort of about leaving a town, having to get out of one town and to go to another. We left Portland to come to Los Angeles, because I thought that if I made a geographic change, that I'd leave my problems in Portland. But what I found was that my problems ended up coming with me. So I had to face them down here in Los Angeles either way.
That is amazing as well, too. And you also got Mile High Club, Classic Misdirection, Fly Around, Fly Outbound, and more. And maybe you can just tell us about some of the other songs quickly.
Yeah, totally. Well, I'm glad that you noticed that there's one called Fly Abound, because there's Fly Around and Fly Abound. So it's a circular album. It's a concept album. It's inspired by Lou Reed's, Transformer album, 1980, I think it was. Or was it 79? But just that the artwork's inspired by it, and the fact that it's a circular album. So Mile High Club is me on the plane, and you'll notice when you listen to it, it has more of kind of just a synthesizer, improvised synthesizer feel, because there's the first 5 songs, side A kind of, and then I get on the plane, I go to LA, and side B, and what happened when I was in LA, and then you get to Fly Abound, and it's a stretched out version of Fly Around. It's real slow and psychedelic and kind of. And by the end, you have the last song, Anthem, which is sung by the original lead singer of Black Flag, Ron Reyes, and he takes the album out on a high note and spins it in a circle again.
Wow, that is something as well, too. And where can we find Fly Around at, along with Goodbye All Pal?
You can fly around at watertowerband.com/store. And one quick note about you mentioned hip hop earlier.
Yes.
And I did too, how we love that style. We also, during this whole Corona time, we've been so prolific and had so much art coming out of us that we felt like when Blackout Tuesday happened, we usually go live every day, right? But when Blackout Tuesday happened, we didn't go live. We stopped going live and changed what we do. We decided I'd always wanted to work on some hip hop music. And so Tommy Drinkard, who's also a producer, Dre Drinkard, he produced my first single as a hip hop artist called 182 Water. So I'll be sending you that new single that isn't out yet. It's coming out July 4th. So we have this summer hit song. We want this happy summer vibe, which is actually a cover of Snoop Dogg and Slick Rick's Lottie Dottie from 1992, 1986.
Oh, that's amazing as well, too. And we'll talk about what's coming up for you guys as well and more. But first, listen to The Mike Wagner Show at themikewagnershow.com, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. Look at a professional website without breaking your budget. Sonic Web Studios is the answer. Sonic Web Studios offers fast, affordable custom web designs that blow the competition away. Call today, 1-800-303-3960. That's 1-800-303-3960. Or email to support@sonicwebstudios.com. Mention the Mike Wagner Show. Get 20% off your first order. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level. Also, the Mike Wagner Show can be heard on the MikeWagnerShow.com. You can check our Facebook page at facebook.com/the Mike Wagner Show. You can download and listen on Facebook, SoundCloud, Spreaker, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Also on Anchor FM, Radio Public, iTunes, Google Play, and over 25 podcast platforms. Take the Mike Wagner Show with you on any mobile device. Subscribe to the Mike Wagner Show on the YouTube channel. Also follow the Mike Wagner Show on Instagram and Twitter today. We're here at Kenny Feinstein and Joe Juice of Water Tower here on the Mike Wagner Show. Did a little bit of fly around, talked about a little bit of Goodbye Old Pal, their history, fiddles, and everything else. And before we wrap up here, just want to say a big thanks. You guys have been fantastic. Looking forward to have you on as well. What do you guys have coming up in 2020 and beyond, and what can we expect from you guys?
Well, we play music every day, all the time. So catch us on our Facebook. We go live basically every day, or our Instagram. But we're dropping a new single. We're all dropping our new rap careers as well as this new album. So Dre Drinkard, 182 Water, and El Juice right here. So we got a lot of music coming out. But we're going to be raising all the streams. Are going to be going to NAACP for that. So we want to raise awareness for racism because we're having a problem here in America.
Mm-hmm. And rightfully so as well, too. So that'd be a good cause as well, too. And who do you consider biggest influence in your careers? Kenny and then Joe.
Biggest influence in my career it is always, since I've gone down the wrong path for so many years in this career, I finally turned around and figured out the right path. And I'd say the biggest thing for me is to do the next right thing for myself, which ends up being for my career. And just doing the next right thing. That's the biggest influence in my career today.
Mm-hmm. And then Joe, how about you?
I think the biggest influence for me is I have a soft spot for live performance. So like when I think about guys that just punch it playing live performance, guys like James Brown or like a Michael Jackson, it's just they're and then countless fiddlers, and that to me is just drives me all the time, and it's what makes it worth playing, and eventually, even after a crazy year like this, getting out and playing in front of people again.
Mm-hmm. And that's amazing as well, too. And what's the best advice you guys can give to anybody at this point? Kenny and Joe.
The very best advice I could give was some advice that was given to me when I was a 19-year-old kid. The lead singer of Against Me told me after a show, Laura Jane Grace, I said, what advice do you have for me, a young aspiring musician who never wants to stop? And I didn't say who never wants to stop, but what she said was, don't ever stop no matter what. At that point, she'd been working 17 years grinding for her music, and she said, don't ever give up your dream no matter what. Every single day, this is what you live for.
And then, Joe, how about you?
I think to Kenny's point, too, it's a lot of it is that the big compromise should never be made. What you love, you stick after. But it's all the little compromises you have to make underneath that make that big compromise possible. So if that means going indoors and playing online, if that means that you're waiting 7 years to put your album out, all those things got to happen to make that big, greater goal come to fruition.
Mm-hmm. And that's very true as well, too. Once again, Kenny and Joe of Water Tower, big thank you for your time. You guys have been fantastic. Look forward to in soon. And before we go here, tell us about your upcoming projects. What's your website? How do people contact you? Where can people purchase or listen to your music?
We got brand new hats came in last night. They're a reissue of our wonderful hats. watertowerband.com/store.
Woo!
Yeah. So we're excited about that. And we got our new record, watertowerband.com/store. Thank you, Mike. It's been so much fun talking to you, buddy.
Such a pleasure, Mike.
And you guys as well. Big thanks for your time. Looking forward to having you again soon. Do us a favor. Keep this up to date. Love you back on 2020. And please get Tommy on and let's have a few drinks and play some fiddle as well, too. Looking forward to it.
Yes,
All right.
sir, we will.
All right. Thank you, Mike.
Drive me crazy. Drive me crazy. Wish I had some sticks and poles to build my chimney higher. Every time it rains or snows, puts out all my fire. Fly around my pretty little mist. Fly around my daisy, fly around my pretty little miss. You almost drive me crazy. Well, Charlie, he's a nice young man. Charlie, he's a dandy. Charlie, he's a nice young man. Gals on candy, fly around my pretty little miss, fly around my daisy, fly around my pretty little miss, almost drive me crazy.
The Mike Wagner Show is powered by Sonic Web Studios. If you're looking to start or upgrade your online presence, visit www.sonicwebstudios.com for all of your online needs. Sonic Web Studios specializes in custom web design, app development, social networking, search engine optimization, domain registration, email marketing, online stores, and more. Since our birth, we have been designing and developing immaculate websites and providing web solutions which are a cut above the rest. As a leading web designing enterprise, we have a team of extremely talented web designers who are well-focused and have the experience of working on multiple web developing platforms such as PHP, Magento, custom WordPress, and more. Sonic Web Studios has been helping businesses of all kinds, whether big, small, established, or startup, impress their audiences with exemplary web solutions. We don't just create beautiful and functional websites. We give you a complete online solution with the main goal of enhancing your yearly revenues. We aim to give your business the online exposure and brand acknowledgement that will help you in achieving increased conversions leading to profitable sales. Call 1-800-303-3960. or visit us online at www.sonicwebstudios.com to get started today. Mention the Mike Wagner Show and get 20% off your project. Sonic Web Studios. Take your image to the next level.
Thanks for listening to the Mike Wagner Show, powered by Sonic Web Studios. Visit online at sonicwebstudios.com for all your needs. The Mike Wagner Show can be heard on Spreaker, Spotify, iHeartRadio, iTunes, YouTube, Anchor FM, Radio Public, and themikewagnershow.com. Please support our program with your donations at themikewagnershow.com. Join us again next time for another great episode of The Mike Wagner Show.